Hi, Liam O'Mara here. I want to introduce you to a video project I'm doing, and I'm making two promo clips for it. This is one of them. The project is a collaboration with a conservative Democrat, Melissa Bourbonnais, in which we'll discuss some hot button issues and take turns making arguments from our very different perspectives. For those who follow me, you'll know that I'm an economic leftist with pronounced anti authoritarian views. Melissa is a lot more centrist and moderate on a lot of issues and socially conservative on many. For my money, such disagreement in society is healthy and reflects both our evolutionary heritage and the social forces that have propelled both conflict and progress throughout our history. But you may ask, why would I engage directly with someone when I know I'll disagree on many issues? For a few years now, I've been studying political psychology in both online and offline discussions and interactions, and I've been struck by the difficulty folks have seeing the perspective of the other side in any given area. But seeing this and knowing what to do about it are quite different. I mean, it's one thing to study a thing and quite another to engage and hope to make a positive difference. I've done the latter in personal relationships, tried my best to be patient and accepting, but let's face it, that's not what we usually extend to strangers or even acquaintances in political discussions. I attempted to do that throughout my brief foray into politics and managed to get along with a diverse coalition of supporters. And on leaving politics, I decided I wanted to keep engaging with folks with whom I disagreed in hopes of finding more productive ways to settle our differences and move forward. Far too often we tune out and others and self-select into safe bubbles with the inevitable effect of deepening our social polarization, and I think that we're losing our ability to speak to one another. And I'll tell you, as a historian, that such inability to forge real dialogue can have disastrous consequences.
Hi, I'm Melissa Bourbonnais. I am the conservative Democrat Liam referenced in his clip. I'm co hosting the video project where we will engage in healthy disagreement over our differing political viewpoints. As Liam shared, in hopes of finding productive ways to settle our differences and move forward, he wants to engage with people he politically differs with. I'm definitely that person. But I'm not interested in disagreement for the sake of drama. I am interested in substantive and, yes, challenging conversations because it's our only shot at finding solutions. It's how we improve and do better. When I met Liam on the campaign trail, we were both registered Democrats. He has since moved on from the Democratic Party for reasons he will eventually share. I am still a Democrat, but Liam and I have both been canceled by the party. That's part of what brought us together for this project. We do share some progressive ideologies, but Liam is way left of my moderate and at times conservative views. What's important, though, is that Liam and I are in this for the greater good, and that's all that should matter. And if he and I can find compromise within our diverse perspectives, anyone can. I see our project as a sort of social political experiment. Politics, as usual, hasn't worked for a long time. The demonization of the opposing party and the echo chambers that perpetuate it is about as toxic and destructive to us as anything out there. It's just about anything out there. Think about this. Echo chambers are the antithesis of diversity. Across the political spectrum, those who are engaged are notorious for accusing the opposing party of intolerance, yet both sides are equally intolerant of the other. And by the way, if you live in an echo chamber and refuse to engage with the other side, that's basically discrimination. It's sort of diversity phobic. Avoiding dialogue with someone you disagree with strengthens those echo chambers, which is damaging to our country. I'd encourage you to leave the echo chamber and join Liam and me in this grand social political experiment. Exercise your mind and collaborate with us for the greater good. It's a little corny, I know, but it's how we affect meaningful change. Everything else is just idle clicks, drama, and wasted brain energy. critical race theory, police brutality, Black Lives Matters, homelessness, affordable housing, mandatory vaccines, former President Trump. We are going to tackle it all. And when Liam veers off into an esoteric joke about Hegel or Nietzsche, I'll bring him back. We will model healthy civic discourse and be refreshingly honest with you. Join us every week. You have nothing to lose but apathy.
As a way to introduce a core philosophical perspective and principle that I'm bringing into this project, I'd like to read a short passage by Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. To me, this section suggests that I should not let the actions and beliefs of others get me down, but should instead find ways to embrace everyone as a brother or a sister. This does not mean I won't disagree, but it does mean that I strive to do so respectfully and without letting those disagreements hurt my feelings or dampen my faith in humanity. Indeed, I think that sharp disagreement, when done in love and patience, is a great way to build bridges rather than walls. And perhaps this experiment and my arguments with Melissa will help all of us find ways to talk to folks with whom we disagree. Maybe you've been thinking to yourself, oh my golly, I think my nephew's a communist, and you don't know how to address that without causing an argument over Thanksgiving turkey. Well, with any luck, we'll all learn how to do that together. Okay, the quote. First thing every morning, tell yourself, today I'm going to meet a busybody, an ingrate, a bully, a liar, a schemer, and a boor. Ignorance of good and evil has made them what they are, but I know that the good is by nature beautiful and the bad ugly, and I know that these wrongdoers are by nature my brothers, not by blood or breeding, but by being similarly endowed with reason and sharing in the divine. None of them can harm me, for none can force me to do wrong against my will. And I cannot be angry with a brother or resent him, for we were born into this world to work together, like the feet, hands, eyelids, and upper and lower rows of teeth. To work against one another is contrary to nature, and what could be more like working against someone than resenting or abandoning him? And I guess that's just my way of saying, I don't think we should abandon each other. I think we should find ways to speak to each other productively. So I hope you'll enjoy our little presentations.